Hey, everybody. It's Marty Bahama. I want to go live and talk about basically the best way to get you guys to build a convert. What we call buzz conversion. It's our classroom number 5. And when I say classroom, basically what I did is Kamikaze Christie introduced me to Google Classrooms around January of 2019, the beginning of the year. And she said, Marty, you need to take everything out of those Facebook groups and you need to put it all together in these classrooms to make it easier for people to be able to understand how to follow this. Because the one thing about the buzz formula, it's very easy to replicate, but there's a lot of parts to it. We've done this for 6 years using these Facebook groups to bring never-ending clients in. But what I realized when we were throwing these never-ending applications and these clients at our loan officers is a few different things. Number one, just because you get covered up with clients doesn't mean you're going to be able to convert them all. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to know how to look at a credit report, to know if that client's on your side, to know if this is going to come to turn into a simple conversation into a funded loan, into a homeowner. And that's some of the things I realized that we need to teach. We need to teach realtors and loan officers how to convert these never ending clients into homeowners. How do we do that? Well, first of all, we're going to assume the sell. Always assume the sell. Remember, it is 77%, some kind of crazy math like that. And I don't know where they come up with these crazy percentages, but I didn't ask 100 people and get 77 to say yeah, but 77% supposedly clients, they stick with the first person they come in contact with when it's that person to a path for a home. Whether it be a realtor, whether it be a loan officer, the first person they come in contact with, 7 out of 10 times they're going to stick with that person. And probably the reason they don't would be a just some kind of vibe, some kind of feeling sometimes you get when it comes to certain people. I tell everybody, it's about working with people you want to work with. Even when I'm on the phone with a client, if that client starts off rude, if they start off hateful, I will totally interrupt them and say, look, here's the reality. Reality of it is I've done this for many years, and I am in this business to help you become a homeowner. But if I'm going to have issues with you at right now, if you're going to have an attitude right now, out of the gate, imagine how mad you're going to be 3 to 4 weeks down the road when this loan is having a few issues, or they want you to verify your money and you get all weird about your bank statements, yada, yada, yada. How bad is it going to be then? So, you as a realtor and you as a loan officer, you need to pick and choose. And with the unlimited amount of clients you get in, don't get me wrong, before the Facebook groups, if I was calling leads, I would take on any and every battle. But now you're able to cherry pick a lot more with the Facebook groups. You're able to pick and choose who you want to do business with, who you feel like you've got a great shot taking this person from where they are now into being a homeowner. Because yeah, are there people out there that may not ever be homeowners? Of course. It's a dream. Not everybody's going to qualify for it, but the first thing you got to do is assume the sale. Assume the sale. I remember when I first got into this business on the loan officer side, somebody behind me who was a loan officer made a statement one morning. It was about 9 o'clock in the morning. I had picked the phone up. I had called somebody. They didn't answer. Maybe they did answer. I can't remember. But I remember when I got off that telephone call, this loan officer said, you know what? That would piss me off if that was me. And I said, what? He goes, yes. You call me at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it would just really, really piss me off. And I said, "You know what?" I said, "I used to think like you." I said, "But now my attitude is I look at my billfold and I see how empty it is, and that pisses me off a lot more than what I think this person's gonna think about when I call them." That is the mentality you have got to have in this business to hit double digit transactions. That's the mentality you got to have. You got to be not afraid to take chances. You, as a loan officer, cannot be afraid to take the chance of getting this person approved for a home loan, even if it comes to the point of looking at their income docs, saying, yep, it looks so pretty solid to me. Get me over your income docs. I'm going to get you over a pre approval letter. Take those chances. Don't let them order that appraisal until you got the approval back, but get that person a pre-approval because if they never find a house, guess what? There's no loan. It didn't matter anyway. Realtors, take those chances. You've got to be able to reach out to people. And I'm telling you right now, to find for sale by owners, I'll be putting a video on how to find for sale by owners out there. When I was a realtor in the mid 90s, hey, they said, hey, Marty, get in your vehicle, drive around and go find some for sale by owners. Now, how you found those for sale by owners in those days is about the same way I see a lot of realtors these days. And by the way, guys, vanilla Coke Zero. I don't get paid for this right here. I am advertising vanilla Coke Zero for life because it is the greatest soda on this planet. It is 0 calories, wonderful. And one of these days, the Human Energy Buzz will have a little logo right about there, maybe right there next to that zero. That's the goal. Get on the Vanilla Coke Zero Coke can and to get on Shark Tank in 2020. Couple goals in my life. Helping people. Helping people is a big key. No matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, if you are in this business as a realtor, loan officer, business owner, whatever, helping people and being a true person, being a real person, don't be stuck up. Don't be uptight. Don't be afraid to come across with somebody. If you are not meant to be in this business, go do something else. Otherwise, learn how to have conversations. Those simple conversations, those simple discussions are what is going to turn into funded loans. Learn how to cut up with people. Do not be afraid to joke around. Do not be afraid to goof off, cut up with somebody. Don't be afraid to lose this client. That is the most important thing because, hey, what? Guess what? It's an opportunity. Every person you come in contact with is an opportunity. Whether that opportunity happens today, whether it happens 3 months a day, 6 months a day, a year from today, these Facebook groups allowed Michael Hicks, reach out to him. He's a realtor in Jackson, Tennessee. Reach out to him. It allowed him to have over 18,000 something messages in his messenger after a little over a year being a Buzz team member. These are potential homeowners. These are numbers that are ungodly. I mean, people just don't understand how strong these numbers really truly are yet. And I tell you how strong it is. One of the best things that we did for a lot of our loan officers is we took that ability out of their hands to mess up on the front end. And you want to, and people say, "What do you mean by that, Marty? What do you exactly do you mean by that?" Well, here's exactly what I mean by that. A lot of these loan officers struggled. I used to be a branch manager for AmeriQuest back in the day, and I was a branch manager for First NLC. And I went to Tennessee, the Nashville branch. I took it over. Got paid a pretty good salary plus commission. The first month I was there, the prior month before me getting there, they had closed 4 loans. The first month I was there, we closed 22. Went from bottom of the company to right next to the top. I think we might have been maybe third place, something like that. It didn't take long to get to that first place in units. It was very easy. It's always tough being in Tennessee to get first place in volume because it would take us, we would close 30 units for right around 3.5, 4 million in volume. Some of those states out there would close 10 units and they'd have 10 million in volume because the loan sizes were so big. So I always kind of looked at it as units is really your goal is the volume will be there if you can get the units in door. If you can close the units, a lot of our loan officers would mess up on that front end. They would mess up asking that question, what is your social security number? What is your date of birth? They'd get nervous about it. And if you ever feel nervous when you're asking a question to somebody, guess what? They're going to feel nervous. You're going to take your nervousness and put it on them and you're going to make them feel uncomfortable. And guess what? No application in. We would have to make 100 telephone calls, lending tree leads, lower mobile leads, whatever, to try to get 3 to 4 applications in every single day. And now those 3 to 4 applications you got in every single day, you was hoping one was a possible deal. Every day in this business, you should have the mindset of 1 to 2 possible deals every single day. And you should assume that when you're on the phone with that client, you're not asking them, well, do you want me to be your client? I mean, do you want me to be your loan officer? Do you want me to be? No. I want to be your realtor? No, definitely not. That is your client. That is now your client, and you are going to get them approved. If you're on the loan officer side, you're going to get them to a real. You're going to get them to a realtor. If you're a realtor, you're going to get them to a loan officer, get them pre-approved, and you're going to get out there while they're trying to get pre-approved. Understand this: it may not happen right now. It may happen in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year. But you need to know as a realtor where they want to live at, what school district they looking to be in, what kind of house they want. They want a rancher. What do they want? They want a lot of land. They want that double wide, that single wide. What kind of house or what kind of property they want? Where they want at? Loan officers get them approved. Understand that if it doesn't happen this very second, it doesn't mean it can't happen 2 months down the road, 3 months down the road. A lot of times It is not just black or white, dead or not dead loan. It is can't get approved right now, but if you follow these steps, you get with this credit repair person, you go pay something off, you pay a credit card down. It is amazing how many people judge people off their credit when credit can be bounced in a matter of 3 to 5 days, 100 points. It's amazing how many people judge off what kind of job somebody has. You just never know. Debt to income ratio does play a monster key. And it's really the repayment ability is what I tell everybody. It's the repayment ability is key. It ain't really the credit score because credit scores can get moved up and down. We can find credit repair people, but it is really the repayment ability is the key. And I'm telling you right now, if you assume to sell, if you be that person who's aggressive, don't be that person who's afraid to post on somebody's house out there. Don't be that person who's afraid to share something and ask somebody, hey, are you looking to buy a house? You want to find some instant clients right now? Just get on Facebook, type in home for sale. Look at the comments on there. Those people commenting on those homes for sale, guess what, guys? They're looking to buy houses. They're looking to sell houses. You can find endless sellers, endless buyers, endless Insta tracks, those contracts ready to go. People living in their house or there's refinances, endless refinances galore. Put you a nice little post out there. If you was to get cash out, what would you do with it? College, home repairs, vacation. Like or comment and I'll get back with you. Guys, it ain't rocket science. Start having discussions. The buzz teaches you every bit. So we teach you how to assume to sell, have discussions, how to read people. Reading somebody's tells, guys, I used to play a lot of poker. Being a good poker player, and I tell you what's crazy about that too is some of the best loan officers I have seen in this business are poker players. They can read people. Reading people is a big key, and not saying that, oh, I read this person, I could tell he didn't like me. That's easy to do. Reading this person and know that they probably are being skittish. They're probably being standoffish. They're probably not really going to use you, even though they're making it sound like they are, and then getting them back on your side, turning them around, being able to tell when somebody, when you first answer the phone, I'm not interested in having that person say, okay, yes, I'm ready to do business with you. Now, loan officers, you got to start not only learning how to assume to sell, but you got to learn how to get those documents in quick. Don't be afraid to get those documents on that first call. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, go ahead and send your W 2s in. Go ahead and send your paycheck stubs. And you got them handy right now. Can you email them over to me? It's not nothing wrong with that. Being aggressive, assuming to sell, not being afraid to reach out to people, trying to read people a little bit and trying to make sure that they're on your side. And if they're not on your side, get them on your side. Do not be afraid to reach out to the realtor if you're a loan officer. Do not be afraid to reach out to the loan officer if you're a realtor. Remember this, guys. You're on the same team. You have the same goal in mind. That same goal is to get this person to a house, to make a good living and get a nice paycheck. That is the goal. It is not to cause problems. It's not to cause issues. It's to work together. And I'm telling you right now, the Buzz Loop is going to teach you how to do that. And using cartoon color houses to symbolize where you are in the process and to keep the realtor involved in the loop, the loan officer, the client, everybody in the loop. And not only that, we have definitely noticed a couple of things. It has cut down their telephone calls and it has definitely cut down on the length of time it takes to get these loans closed because the client gets asked a question in a messenger group. They know that everybody's kind of watching. They're under a little bit of microscope. They tend to get moving a little bit faster. It is the Buzz formula teaches you all of this. It teaches you everything. We got classrooms we built, and when I was getting back to those Google Classrooms, basically you get access to 10 different classrooms. These 10 different classrooms are going to teach you everything from getting into the groups, basic posting, creating polls, creating posts, creating events, going live, everything. We teach it all in these Facebook groups. 6 years, teach you how to buy the Facebook groups. When you get the Facebook groups, what to do with them, how to build that perfect personal branding group. That perfect group, no matter what kind of business you have, you can call it a personal business group, you can call it a business branding group, you can call it a personal branding group. No matter what kind of business you have, you need a holding pond. You need a holding pond to have all those clients sitting in ready to go because it's not a matter of now, it's a matter of longevity. All right, guys, the buzz is out. Remember, always, always, always assume to sell. Let's get some numbers in the door. Let's get out there no matter who you are. When you watch this live, get out on Facebook and make some posts out there. Make some posts, make some noise, make some waves. See you, see you, see you. That buzzes out.